Hello everyone. This is the third part of lecture 3. Okay, so in this video, first I'll talk about the challenges that the quality control system is facing currently, and then we'll talk about the future of quality control. Okay, so first quality control challenges. Okay, I gathered it information from the internet. Okay, so if you search if you Google the current challenges in quality control system, okay, the quality control industry, current challenges in quality control in food industry, or current challenges in quality control in manufacturing industry, you will get several pages. Okay, so from there actually I choose these two pages. Okay, these are not published article. You will find lots of published articles also, but rather I choose this. Actually these are science magazine articles. Okay, and they kind of summarize all the current challenges. Okay, so from there I actually summarize this one. You can please check this link, and also you will find the PDF of these pages. Okay, I'll upload this in the box system, so you can go through those for to learn more in more details about these challenges. Okay, so let's just start. So what kind of challenges the quality control management system is facing nowadays? Or actually these are not all the challenges. These things also affect in achieving a good quality control management or maintaining a good quality control management system. Okay, so that means eventually these things can have affect the quality of your product. Okay, so like first the management commitment. Okay, so to implement a successful quality control program, it's very important that the management, and when the people who are involved in the management of the company, they're committed. Okay, so basically this one is connected with every other challenges the industry is facing now. Okay, the management team, the management people, they should be committed. What need to be done. Okay, they have to properly address, they have to be concerned about the problems or the errors which are occurring. They have to be committed to the procedures which need to be implemented. Okay, to solve all these problems, they have to be committed that all the quality control procedures, they are properly implemented. All the problems, problems inside the factory, a problem, that means the complaints the customers is the complaints the customers are filing, the management should address all these issues. Okay, that means they should be committed. Okay, then the inadequate quality and production planning. Okay, sometimes the factory, they don't plan properly. So if you if you don't plan properly, there will be always mistake. Like for example, you plan that your food will be of this quality. Okay, and then if you didn't plan it properly, like to achieve that quality, how much cost it will be. So it can happen that you will underprice your product. i mean you plan that you want this quality, but to achieve that quality, maybe the product price should be higher. But as your plan was wrong, maybe you will underprice your product. So what will happen when you are in the market? So you will observe that, okay, there was something wrong in your production and quality plan. The price you promise to the customer, you cannot, you cannot get that quality if the price is still so low, but you already promised it to the customer, right? In that case, what can be, what can happen? Maybe you will compromise with your quality. Okay, so eventually it will hamper, right? It will hamper your quality of the product. Okay, so then quality support for problem solving and continuous improvement project teams. Okay, there should be teams, committed personnel. Okay, he will who will address, who will observe and address the, who will record the problems, and who will solve them, who will continuously improve the systems, improve the uh, processes. Okay, so these things sometimes lack. There is not sometimes there is not enough dedicated project teams, okay, who are involved in addressing the problem, solving them, and do necessary things to improve. Okay, so and then employee communication and engagement. Okay, this is actually very important. information should be correctly and properly and transparently shared with the worker, like with the working personas. So if there is a communication gap, okay, it will always create some problem, right? And if it's, I mean, if you don't share the information correctly, I mean, the employee maybe will be always in dark. I mean, they would not know what's the total scenario. And another thing is the employee should be committed. I mean, they should own the company. If they think that, okay, this is not my company, they will not engage properly. So that means, so that's why, I mean, all the employees should be in the proper communication link, proper communication loop, and they should be engaged, okay, sincerely. Then, procedures and instruction not written or updated. I mean, all the protocols, all the methods the employee will do in the, I mean, in the, during the manufacturing should be properly written and should be in the place where it should be. Like for example, a personnel, he, I mean, he is responsible for the cleaning, I mean, for the sanitation. So that protocol, that instructions, I mean, what need to, I mean, what he need to do, I mean, what that person need to do, how they need to do, all those instructions should be there, okay. Especially, you know, the, especially the new person, okay, the, I mean, the young or the apprentice one, the new employee, they sometimes, I mean, they face this problem. I mean, they are new, right? Maybe, I mean, as they are new, they lack experiences, so they cannot do everything from the memory. So the instruction should be there. So if the instructions are not there, there is always high chance that the employee will do mistakes in the procedures, okay. And if they do, I mean, if they improperly do the procedures, definitely it will harm the quality of the product, okay. Then breakdown in customer relationships, okay. I mean, if you want to do good business, you have to be in a relationship with the customer, and this relationship is based on trust, actually. I mean, the customer, they believe you because you provide quality food, okay. So if you provide bad food, under quality food, the customer will lose their faith, okay. So if it's lose their faith, it will be a disaster for a company, okay. So then training and development, this is important. You have to train your employee. And actually, you know, training is not like this. Suppose you have a company, I mean, company, you recruited some new guys, and you train them, okay. Basically, you also have to have, there should be also some retraining program, okay. And also some I mean, like testing I mean, some evaluating method, that, okay, you train the employee, so whether they are doing this properly, or sometimes you have to retrain them, okay. Sometimes you have to check whether they can, they still I mean, remember the training what they get, okay. So there should be enough training program, and to train your employee, retrain them, and to develop them, okay. Suppose you already have some employee which is well trained, but as you need to, I mean, implement new methods, okay. New methods you have to actually implement time to time. In that case, you also have to train your employee with the new techniques, the procedures that you are using or implementing in your company, in your manufacturing plant, okay. So sometimes, actually, you know, the company, they don't do it properly, okay, sincerely. So that's why problems can occur. Then high turnover and shortage in quality and production employees. This is actually a big problem, you know. Although there are lots of people in this world, sometimes it's really hard to get enough skilled employees. And another problem, I mean, it's actually not, I mean, this problem is, I think, quite common in Bangladesh, but not only in Bangladesh, in all around the world, that the employees, they are not treated properly. Like, for example, maybe they are getting the less salary, okay, less, I mean, they are getting less salary, they are not getting any incentive, any appreciation. So if this happens, the employee will be, they will not be definitely satisfied, okay. So if you treat them badly, if you give them less payment, if you don't give them any incentive, if you don't appreciate their good work, I mean, the employees will be unhappy and they may quit. So if, I mean, you have a manufacturing company, if your skilled employee quit, it will be bad for your company, right? So good, because good employee, they produce good products. If your good employee quit, then the quality of your products, there is a big chance that the quality of your products will decrease, right? Okay. And also, I mean, this is not, I mean, the employees quit, and also, actually, there is shortage of quality employees, okay, enough skilled employees. And another challenge, lack of investment in quality equipment or quality related production equipment. Okay, this is actually, sometimes the owner of the company, they don't want to invest more. Okay, they want to invest less in the quality things. Or sometimes, like, say, in your company you have equipments, okay, or you have quality related equipments, but that, this world is going very fast. New innovations are coming every day, so you have to incorporate, or install those new equipments in your company. But many owners, they're reluctant. They just want to stick to the old things. And also another problem is, like, especially the top management. They just don't want to implement new things. They think, okay, we already invested lots of money for the quality things. Why we should? Why we should spend more money? Okay, so there is always this kind of problems there. Okay, so then supplier evaluation and development. Okay, and increasing complexity of the supply chain. Okay, this is actually, nowadays this problem is increasing rapidly, because, like, for example, you have a factory. So things about the big manufacturer. Do they make everything by their own? No. Actually, they also have different supplier who supply them raw materials, right? So, if you want to produce quality products, it's important that your raw materials are very your raw materials have good quality. So that means you also have to be concerned that your supplier are supplying you quality raw materials. Okay, so nowadays, actually, most of the big industry, they get things from many different suppliers. And now, suppose you have a factory in Bangladesh, but your one supplier, maybe you're getting from the China, or from like Brazil, or maybe from USA. Okay, so it's actually sometimes very difficult, right? You from Bangladesh, you cannot just check all those companies what they're doing. Okay, so, but and as you will not be always able to, maybe, due to the distance and other procedures, maybe it will be difficult to also evaluate those. Yes, check those just supplier always. So if they give, supply you bad things, your product will be bad. And if your product will be bad, it will be a disaster for you, right? So these are also some problem. Supplier, supplier evaluation and development. And another thing I want to add, like, nowadays in the supply chain, you are getting different kind of different raw materials from very different suppliers. You know, so it's important to evaluate them. Also, sometimes it's important to have more than one supplier for particular raw material. Why? Just think yourself. Say, suppose, in this situation, like, actually, due to the in this current situation, the COVID situation, many manufacturing plant has already faced it, and they are still facing it. That, like, many manufacturing plant, they get the raw material from China. So when the China was locked down because of the COVID-19, they couldn't find the raw material, right? So basically, sometimes you need to have more than one supply for one raw materials. Otherwise, okay, that otherwise, if there, if that supplier fail to supply the raw materials, you will not be able to produce the product. And that is another thing. Like, for example, you have only one supplier. He has the power then. That supplier has the power then. If that supplier can argue, you will actually have less bargaining power in this case. But if you have several suppliers for one raw material, you can bargain with them, right? So if one supplier try to give you bad things, supply you bad, low quality raw material, you can take it from other supplier. Okay. But due to the complexity of current supply chain things, it's not always that easy, okay, to manage all these things. Okay, another uh, problem, the culture of managing by departments. Okay, that's one important thing. In the total quality management system, we learned that in that system, everyone should be, part of the quality management system. But it's a common notion that the production people, they think, okay, quality is the duty of the quality. The quality is the duty of the quality control team, quality control department. the finance department, they can think quality is not our responsibility. We're finance. Why will think about the quality? I mean, the quality control department will think about the quality. Okay, so if the notions is like that, definitely it will hamper your quality control management things, right? So to produce quality food, every individuals of your company, okay, every department of your company, they have the, I mean, they should perform their duty properly. They also, I mean, they also should be part of the quality management system. If all the departments don't work properly with collaboration and properly, I mean, it can hamper the management system, total quality control management system. Okay. Another point, resistance to technological innovation. I already talked about it actually. Like it's because I mean, and new innovations are coming every day, almost every day. Like so, I mean the world is changing rapidly. So the new innovation regarding the production, regarding the quality control is there. So to to keep up with the pace, okay, if you have to implement those, you have to absorb those new innovation, you have to take those new innovation and implement them in your company. But the owners, they're sometimes, okay, actually most of the times, they don't want to do that. They don't want to get the new innovations, because if you, I mean, want to get the new innovations, there is always cost. I mean, to buy those technology, install them in your factory, it will cost you money. You have to train your employee with the new innovation. It will cost you money. Adapting new things is not always easy. You have to spend money for it. So there is always a resistance to take the new technology, new technological innovation. Then, upper management's unwillingness to provide additional resources and time. Problem can sometimes occurs in the factory. Actually, problems occurs. So, like suppose you have a quality QC/QA department, but sometimes problems can occur. I mean, big problems can occur. In that case, maybe those. I mean, it's difficult for that particular QC and QA department to solve all these things. In that case, you have to provide them additional resources, maybe additional manpower, maybe additional, I mean, manpower, additional technologies. You have to give them time. But the upper management, they're sometimes, I mean, they're unwilling. Okay, they don't want to provide these things. But if they don't provide these things, ultimately it will, I mean, it will affect the quality of the product. Okay, so these are some challenges that the quality control management system is facing currently. Okay, so now, what is the future of quality control? Okay, so world is changing, so new innovations is there in almost every day, and things are getting more automatic. Okay, so so in recent years, quality control approach has become more sophisticated with the development of mechanical control systems. Okay, I mean, machines are getting, machines I mean, more automatic machines are there. So the control system is also getting automatic and mechanical. Okay, so and still now, still now many industries, they don't, I mean, they, I mean, they follow quality control. They have a quality control management. They follow the quality control system, but you know, they don't do it in a very systemic way. So it's I mean, but to keep up with the pace. Okay, the market is changing. So I mean, the company, they need to imply systemic quality control schemes. Okay, more systemic. Okay, so like for example, the Six Sigma one, it's a very systemic one. Okay, so it's expecting that I mean, the industry will, I mean, more industry will, they will actually use the more systemic quality control schemes there. Okay. Okay, and as I just said, that the quality control system eventually they will be more automatic, okay, more mechanical. Even the, I mean, the AI, the artificial intelligence will be used in the quality control system. Okay, so I think, I hope that, I mean, this, I mean, the use and integration of AI and automation in the quality control system is definitely improve it. Okay, and I mean, those approach with the AI and automation will provide the customers more safe food. Okay, so anyway, I mean, I was actually looking the internet. I mean, whether I can get something a very good, I mean, some good writings about the future of quality control system. So I found this page. Okay, this is also like a science magazine. So if you check this link, okay, there you will find the pages, and in that pages they actually summarize it. I think in a way, I mean, it's a good summary. Okay, that what's going to be the future of quality control system. Okay, in future you have to use many things in the quality control system. Okay, you have to okay, I'll talk about this, but first let's talk about the changes in the notion of food safety and quality things. Okay, what was the notion, I mean, how people used to think, and then how those evolved. Okay, so you know, in the beginning, like in around in 1960s, the quality control was like just checking. I mean, just check whether the product is good or bad. If it is good, sell it to the customer. If it is bad, throw it away. But then in 1970s, the concept of HACCP, HACCP, okay, hazard analysis critical control point, it was there. So then the quality control notion changed. So now check it not enough. Check it and prevent it. I mean, check, continuously check the quality of the product, and implement the method or process to prevent it. That I mean, prevent all the things that can produce bad food. I mean, low quality product. Okay. Then in 1990s, again, new notion was added. Prove it. I mean, okay, you're checking it, you're checking the quality, you're preventing, you're preventing all the things which can make your product bad or low quality. That's not enough. You have to prove it. Prove it means you are checking correctly, you are preventing correctly or appropriately with using the appropriate method with the correct procedures. Okay. Then in 2000, leave it. Leave it means like a food safety culture is there, was there. Like, I mean, that the food safety thing is like a culture. I mean, everyone have to think about it. Everyone have to it's like it become a part of the life. What is culture actually? Like, if we say the Bengali culture, what that means, it's actually part of our life. So food safety things, it becomes a culture, it's become a part of the life. So it's become a culture. So like, I mean, when we actually do something with sincerity, when it's part of our life. So if suppose, you are a employee in the food production industry. Okay, so if you have this culture that food safety is very important, then you will actually follow all these things there, right? You will try your best. That it's a part of the life. So you will be very sincere to producing good quality food. Okay, and also like the customers, they also getting very concerned. And nowadays the customer is very concerned. Okay, they want. I mean, it's not enough that suppose you have a company. It's not enough that you are saying that my food is safe. The customers are more concerned that okay, your food is really safe. Where is the information? I mean, give me all the information. I mean, transparently. Okay, you have to give me honest, transparent information. People are getting very serious. Like suppose, from where, I mean, you are saying you have collected your raw material from here. So are you really, have you really collected the raw materials from there? Okay, people are very concerned nowadays. Okay, so it's become like a culture. And now we are at 2020. Things has changed. You know, I mean, nowadays the thing is into there are lots of new innovations there. Okay, and those innovations need to integrate them. So why actually you need to integrate all these innovations to produce, I mean, to address the problems, the challenges that the food industry is facing. Okay, so I'll talk about those. I mean, the what do I mean, I'll talk about those innovations briefly. Okay, and at that time I'll try to explain why it's important to integrate the, I mean, the innovations. Okay, so if you check this page, you actually find both of this figure and also this figure. Okay, so integration means what you need to integrate there. Okay, this is actually is the representation of this one, the 2020 integrated. What you need to integrate in your quality control system, you have to integrate the blockchain, Internet of Things, big data, Google Glass. Okay, so if you check that page, okay, so you'll find it, and as I just said that, I mean, now the latest innovation should be integrated. So what kind of innovation? This one, like blockchain, Internet of Things, big data, Google Glass. Why this need to be integrated? I also say to address the problem, such as, for example, I mean, what blockchain will help us? I mean, if we integrate the blockchain things in the food, I mean, the quality control management system, how it's going to help? Okay, one challenge the food industry is facing nowadays is transparency. That I just said. I mean, like the customers, they're getting more concerned. Okay, and not only the customer. Like suppose, for example, you have a manufacturing plant. Okay, so you are taking the good from the supplier. So what you need? You need that information which proves that all these things meet all the specifications. Specifications means suppose your raw material should contain certain quality parameters. So okay, the customers need the information, the producers need information, everyone need the, I mean, now want the real, the true information. So blockchain technology can be implemented here, right? So what is blockchain? I mean, in blockchain technology, so everything is encrypted. I mean, all the information are encrypted. That means, suppose, say, for example, say, customer, they want the real information about the source of the raw materials. They want the real information about the raw material. So say the producer of the raw materials, okay, they can share their information in a blockchain, in blockchain method, directly to the say producer, or directly to the customer. Okay, so as the information is encrypted, people will trust those information, right? Okay, so it will actually solve the trust issue. Okay, and also that as the information are, I mean, everyone using blockchain to share the information. That means information cannot be tweeted, cannot be changed, cannot be modified. So everyone will be more careful. Okay, no one will want to. I mean, no one will want to mess around. Okay. Then Internet of the Things. Okay, so actually, everything is getting automated, right? So, and nowadays everything can be connected with the internet. So like in your manufacturing plant, I mean, in the manufacturing plant they use many different kind of machinery. So what will be the benefit if these machineries are connected in the internet? Okay, so like if these machines are connected with the internet, all the information can be recorded in real time, right? I mean, the machines, they're, I mean, when a machines run, it can, I mean, send all the information, whether, I mean, the machines, I mean, it's following what the parameters correctly, okay? So all the information can directly be recorded in the internet, okay? So in that case, actually, the evaluating the quality control, auditing the quality control will become very easy, and it will be more trustworthy, right? For example, say, I mean, say there is a factory in Bangladesh, okay, and you are the person who is responsible to check to audit that everything is going in perfect way, okay. Okay, so if in the factory all the machines are connected in the internet, every information will be in real time and you can check it remotely. Okay, you are seeing, okay, so whether all the ccps, all the parameters, I mean, all the processes are going in the correct way, all the processing are following the protocols. Okay, so you can instantly have that information. And also, like, if anything goes wrong in the factory, I mean, if anything goes wrong with the machines, someone is what have someone is correcting them, right? It's okay. I mean, it's a normal thing. I mean, in the factory, definitely if something goes wrong, people will try to correct it. So if everything is connected in the internet, this information will also go there. I mean, what kind of errors is occurring there, what kind of what kind of repairing the peoples are doing there, and what was the outcome after the repairing, I mean, after the repairment, if things go all right, okay, if everything's become okay again. So every information will be in real time, so it will increase the trust. Actually it will increase the authenticity of the information. Okay, and people can do things from the distance remote places. Okay, so it will actually reduce also many things. It will also reduce like cost, right? So if the auditors came your factory, so it will actually cost you, like, okay. Then finally, Google Glass. Google Glass was a flop. For personal use, I guess, but actually, it's getting. Google Glass is getting famous in the uh, industry, actually, especially in the manufacturing industry. Okay, I'll give you one example. Like, it's actually written here. Okay, so for example, in the processing plant, every employee, they have to do certain processes, right? Following the protocols. Okay, so if they use Google Glass, they will see it there. All the procedures they need to do, all the protocols they need to do, they will see everything step by step. Like, suppose you are working there in your Google Glass, you are saying, now you have to do this, you are doing this, and it's showing next you have to do this. Okay, so it will increase. It will actually decrease the error, right? Because everything is there. In your eye, so you will do it correctly. And another thing is, as you are using Google Glass, everything is recorded there, right? Definitely, it's going to increase the quality control management efficiency of the quality control management greatly, right? Okay. Then finally, big data. Okay, so big data. Okay, this is the era of big data. Lots of informations is producing in every second. So, like, for example, if you think about the industry, like information is generating in every second in social media, genomics data sets, food safety incidents, internet reports, supply chain information, legislative information, etc., etc. Lots of information. That means very big data, right? Lots of data, big data. So these data need to be integrated, analyzed, and visualized appropriately, right? Otherwise, you cannot keep up the pace. Okay, the industry need to be up to date. Okay, industry need to follow the trend. Industry need to, I mean, understand the demand of the consumer. Industry need to understand like what's happening in his factory, what's the demand of the market. So to fulfill this demand, they have to analyze all this information, right? So I mean, the industry, they have to use the big data. Okay, that means, so they need to analyze the big data. They need to use them. Okay, so like, for example, this is actually not a food industry example, but like WHO. Okay, they have they started a project in 2015, which is named as Foscolab. Okay, what this Foscolab do? It integrates monitoring programs, alert systems, chemical data, consumption data, and surveillance reports on diseases together here onto unavailable insights. Okay, so as computer power and storage is becoming less expensive, these systems and data gathering and analysis will become widely used. Okay, so if you can analyze the big data, you can actually get many more information. Okay, so these are actually future of the quality control system, because new innovations is coming frequently, okay, rapidly. The industry need to use these innovations because it's related with the public demand. Okay, but people want transparency. Okay, so if these new innovations can be integrated in the industry, they will help to increase the transparency greatly. Okay, okay, so that's all about the about this lecture 3. Okay, so in next lecture we'll talk about something else. Till then, be safe. Thank you.